Let's say tomorrow, it's all gone. Bank account, investments, everything you've built. You're an American adult with a job, a pulse, and exactly $0 to your name. Here's the thing. Most people think building wealth is about finding some secret, the right stock, the right side hustle, the right app. It's not. It's about the order you do things in. Do them in the wrong order, and you can earn six figures and still be broke at 45. Do them in the right order, and a regular income turns into real wealth, on autopilot, without needing to get lucky, even once. So, if I had to start completely over, from zero, in America, today, here's the exact sequence. No skipping steps. And step one? It isn't what most finance videos tell you. Every wealth-building chart you've ever seen starts the same way. Invest $500 a month, and in 30 years, you'll have $1 million. Great. Nobody ever explains where that $500 comes from. That's the part everyone skips, and it's actually step one. You cannot save or invest money you don't have. So, before budgeting, before index funds, the real first move is looking honestly at how you earn. There are only two ways money comes in: earned income, your job, your business, and passive income, money that comes from things you already own or built. At zero, you're almost entirely dependent on earned income. That's fine. That's where everyone starts. The question is, are you earning what you're actually capable of? A few things actually move that number. Get good at something you don't hate doing. This isn't just feel-good advice. People who find real meaning in their work tend to stick with it longer and get promoted further. And career longevity? It compounds, just like money does. Know what you're actually worth. If you've never checked the Bureau of Labor Statistics Occupational Outlook Handbook for your field, that's a free tool that tells you real U.S. salary ranges and growth projections. Most people are earning based on guesswork, not data. And be willing to move, jobs, industries, even cities, because the single biggest jump in most people's earning history isn't a raise. It's a job change. None of the next steps matter if there's no income to work with. So step one is boring, but non-negotiable. Make sure you're earning close to your ceiling before you start optimizing what happens to the money after. Now that money is actually coming in, most people's instinct is to let it flow right back out. Here's an uncomfortable fact. The median American household approaching retirement has somewhere around $80,000 to $90,000 saved. Not because they didn't earn money over 30, 40 years, because it never had anywhere to go except back out the door. So the second step isn't investing yet either. It's finding the gap, the difference between what comes in and what goes out. Not a full spreadsheet. One number. This month, what's the smallest gap I can create? For some people, that's cutting a few subscriptions. For others, it's just noticing where the money actually goes, since most people are surprised once they track it for even a month. Either way, a gap has to exist, because everything after this depends on it. Once there's a gap, the instinct is to throw it straight into stocks. Don't. Not yet. First, build a floor, a small cash buffer, in a high-yield savings account. Not the full 6 months of expenses everyone talks about. That comes later, once income is more stable. Right now, just enough that one flat tire or one late paycheck doesn't wreck the plan. Here's why skipping this is expensive. Without a floor, the first surprise expense goes on a credit card. And credit card debt in America averages north of 20% interest. No investment return beats a guaranteed 20% cost sitting on your balance, so floor first. Boring, but it's what makes the rest of this survive contact with real life. Now, and only now, we invest. Cash sitting still loses value every year to inflation. Quietly, with no headline. Meanwhile, the U.S. stock market has historically returned somewhere around 9 to 10% a year over multi-decade stretches. Not every year, some years up 25%, some years down 20%, but stretched over 20 or 30 years, that gap between cash losing value and the market compounding. That's the entire game. So here's the actual move. Open a brokerage account. The big US ones are all free to open and free to trade, and set up one automatic transfer every payday into one simple, low-cost index fund tracking the broader US market. Not 5 funds. One account, one fund, one automatic transfer. I'm intentionally skipping the 401k versus Roth versus HSA debate here. Real conversation, different video. At zero, the priority isn't which account has the best tax treatment. It's building the habit of money leaving your checking account before you can spend it. Here's what nobody warns you about. The plan doesn't get tested by the market going up. It gets tested the first time it drops. You've been investing a year. Feels good. Then, one week, it's all recession headlines and your account is down 15%. This moment decides whether any of this works long-term because every major U.S. market decline in history, 2008, 2020, 2022, has been followed by a full recovery and new highs. Every single one. The people who actually lost money weren't the ones who stayed in. They were the ones who panic sold at the bottom and sat out the recovery. So, the real skill here isn't picking the right fund. It's deciding now, on a calm day, that a 20% drop means keep going, not get out. Once the habit survives its first real test, the rest is repetition. Every raise, every bonus, every debt paid off, that freed up money doesn't go toward a bigger apartment. It goes toward increasing the automatic transfer. Same system, bigger number. This is what quietly separates people over 20 years. Not who picked the best stock, but who kept raising their number instead of their lifestyle every time income went up. So, back to the start. If it all disappeared tomorrow, earn what you're actually worth. Stop the leak, build the floor, automate the first investment, survive the first drop without flinching, then keep raising the number. None of this requires being smart about stocks. None of it requires luck. It requires doing these 6 things, in this order, for longer than feels reasonable. That's the whole plan. If you're starting today, you're not behind. You're just early to the version of your life 10 years from now.